Where are we putting Caitlin Clark?
Oh, she like 3. So she like, she top 3.
Where are we putting
She
Caitlin
might be
Clark?
2. No, she's 1. She's 1.
Damn, that quick.
One.
Caitlin Clark, the most influential white athlete in all of history. Shady McCoy.
It only got to be white.
Caitlin Clark up there, bro.
She is the most influential women's athlete of all time. Bro,
Cut it out. Cut it out.
Cut the lights off. I'll leave this joint right now.
Yo, can I back?
What you're not going to do is disrespect Serena Williams. Yeah, you're not going to disrespect Serena Williams.
Let me back myself
Please,
up.
Did Serena popularize tennis as much as Caitlin Clark did?
Let him go.
Yo.
Let him
Real
cook.
talk.
Please cook.
All right.
Because I don't know what that was.
I think Serena was great for us. She was great.
Greatest.
Who was watching women's basketball? Think about what we're talking about, though.
Nobody.
Baby. Yo, you wasn't. You wasn't. He wasn't. Nobody's watching girls basketball. And then we get this girl like Steph Curry. Everybody watching. To this day.
To this day.
Women's basketball is looked at like the NBA, like the NFL. They got their own channels now on ESPN. We talk about them on when was you ever the last time you heard people just talk about women's basketball on TV? Like a real block. Now you see, there's blocks where they're going to talk about Luka and they're going to talk about Caitlin Clark.
True.
Hey.
Think about it.
I like Shady's point.
Last point. The girl that should have played like, I don't know, LSU or USC.
Yep.
She played at Iowa.
Yeah.
Y'all tripping. Caitlin Clark.
A former LeSean McCoy just dropped Caitlin Clark's name in a sentence that stopped the internet cold. The compliment sounded genuine. The intention seemed clear. But the way he phrased it sent social media into a complete meltdown. Supporters rushed in to defend the comment. Critics fired back even louder. Within hours, what should have been a simple compliment about one athlete turned into one of the biggest sports debates of the week. Suddenly, everyone had an opinion. Was it praise? Was it disrespect? Or was it just a statement that people chose to hear differently? One thing is certain, nobody expected a single comment about Caitlin Clark to ignite this kind of firestorm across the sports world. So now the question is simple. Was LeSean McCoy giving a genuine compliment that just landed the wrong way, or was the backlash completely justified? Drop your take in the comments.
Had this conversation before the show. Who is the most influential white athlete of all time? In the chat, I need your answer.
I want to see what they say.
Any sport.
I need your answer. Any sport. Not football, not exclusively football, not exclusively basketball. Who is the most influential white athlete
While we're waiting for that too,
of all Caitlin Clark?
Oh, she like 3. So she like, she top 3.
Where are we putting
She
Caitlin
might be
Clark?
2. No, she's 1. She's 1.
Damn, that quick.
Caitlin Clark, the most influential white athlete in all of history. Shady McCoy.
It only got to be white.
Caitlin Clark up there, bro.
She is the most influential.
Let's get right into it. LeSean McCoy, a 2-time Super Bowl champion, former NFL running back, and someone who clearly wasn't interested in having a quiet week, appeared on the sports talk show Speak Easy and decided to share his thoughts about Caitlin Clark. His verdict? According to McCoy, Caitlin Clark is the most influential white athlete of all time. Now let that sentence sit there for a second. McCoy was clearly trying to pay her a compliment. The intention behind the statement wasn't hard to read. In his view, Caitlin Clark has done something remarkable for sports, for women's basketball, and for the broader cultural conversation around athletics. That was the message he was trying to send. And if you focus purely on the spirit of what he was saying, there's a reasonable argument underneath it. Clark has brought unprecedented attention to women's basketball, packed arenas across the country, and pushed the conversation about the sport into mainstream culture in a way few athletes ever have. But the internet doesn't focus purely on spirit. The internet reads every word, weighs every syllable, and reacts at maximum volume before anyone has time to think. And the phrase, most influential white athlete, didn't survive contact with social media for more than about 45 seconds before things got very loud, very fast.
For us. She was great.
Greatest.
Who was watching women's basketball? Think about what we're talking about, though.
Nobody.
Baby.
Yo, you wasn't. You wasn't. He wasn't. Nobody's watching girls basketball. And then we get this girl like Steph Curry. Everybody watching. To this day.
To this day.
Women's basketball is looked at like the NBA, like the NFL.
The reactions came in waves. One fan wrote, "If the roles were reversed, it would be considered racist." Another said, "White athlete? She's the most influential athlete, period." Someone else kept it simple, "Take his mic away." Meanwhile, supporters pushed back just as hard. They argued that LeSean McCoy was simply acknowledging the scale of what Caitlin Clark has done and giving her the recognition she deserves in his own way. But here's the thing. The people saying, "Just call her the most influential athlete, period," aren't wrong. Because when you actually look at what Caitlin Clark has accomplished without adding any qualifiers, the case is already overwhelming. She broke the single-season assist record in the WNBA. She set the single-game assist record. She delivered one of the highest-scoring rookie seasons in league history. She became the first player in WNBA history to record a triple-double in her debut season. And that's just the beginning. Everywhere Clark plays, arenas are packed. Television ratings spike when she's on the schedule. Attendance records keep falling. Merchandise sales explode. None of those achievements need a racial label to make them impressive. They're impressive because of what they are. And that's the core reason so many people pushed back on McCoy's phrasing. Not because they disagreed with the praise, but because the framing made the moment smaller than it needed to be. Now let's be honest about what Caitlin Clark has done to the WNBA's visibility over the past 2 years. Before she arrived, the casual sports fan, the person watching the NFL on Sundays and maybe catching an NBA playoff game, wasn't tuning into regular season WNBA matchups on a random Tuesday night. That simply wasn't happening at scale. There were loyal fans. There were strong communities around teams and players. And there were people who had always believed in the league. But the mass crossover audience, the fans who had never watched women's basketball before and suddenly started checking scores and setting reminders for games, that audience wasn't there the way it is now. That growth is real. Merchandise sales are up. Television ratings are up. Attendance records are being broken. New sponsors are entering the space. Fans who couldn't name 3 WNBA players 2 years ago are now debating lineup rotations and contract negotiations like they've been following the league for a decade. That's influence. Real, measurable influence. So when LeSean McCoy said what he said, he was trying to acknowledge something genuine. He just packaged it in a way that instantly shifted the conversation somewhere else. Now here's where the irony comes in. Many of the people calling McCoy's comment offensive are the same voices who have spent the last 2 years arguing that Caitlin Clark gets too much attention, that she's overhyped, and that the media coverage around her is unfair to other players. And suddenly, when an NFL legend goes on television and praises her so loudly that he trips over his own words trying to explain it, those same people are offended on her behalf. That concern feels selective. You can't spend 2 years saying someone is overrated and then turn around and use one awkwardly worded compliment as proof that the praise is excessive. Pick a lane. Either she deserves the attention and recognition, in which case McCoy's spirit was correct, even if his phrasing was clumsy, or she doesn't deserve the attention at all. The critics can't have it both ways. But watching them try has been genuinely entertaining. Then there's another response that popped up everywhere. Nothing against Clark, but calling her the most influential athlete is a gross exaggeration. Let's address that directly. If you think that claim is exaggerated, you have to answer one simple question. Which athlete in the last 2 years has moved the needle for their sport the way Caitlin Clark has? Name one. Which player has converted as many non-fans into actual fans in such a short amount of time? That's not a rhetorical question. It's a real challenge. Because if someone else is doing what she's doing at the same scale, they're incredibly well hidden. And the truth is, her influence goes far beyond statistics. Yes, she's an elite player. The numbers prove that without any debate. The debates, the constant commentary, the defensive schemes designed specifically to stop her. Through it all, she's maintained a level of composure that many athletes don't develop until much later in their careers. She doesn't chase controversies. She doesn't fight battles on social media. She doesn't deliver emotional speeches about the criticism. She simply plays. That kind of composure is its own form of influence. Young athletes watching her learn something important about how to carry yourself when the entire world is talking about you. So yes, McCoy said what he said. The phrasing created a storm, and the internet reacted exactly the way the internet always reacts. But when the dust settles and everyone logs off, one fact remains. Caitlin Clark has changed women's basketball in a way that's difficult to fully describe. Which is probably why a former NFL champion went on television, tried to capture that impact in one sentence, and accidentally broke the internet. The most influential athlete.